Well, the long-debated future of Duluth's Lester Park Golf Course moved forward today. DETA formally approved the resolution to authorize a development agreement with the city today. The acquisition would allow redevelopment, including much-needed housing on part of Lester Park Golf Course. In October, the City Council unanimously approved the land use study, which includes the redevelopment of part of the 253-acre land. The city's planning commission also approved the decision with safeguards in place, including a land study that would take up to 9 months and a public comment period before any rezoning can be done. The decision now returns to the City Council for a vote on Monday.